Hi, folks out there on Facebook, Twitter, wherever you are today. Then we want you to join in and listen to this program right here. We got Aron Borgh, and he's all the way from the Netherlands down there. We also have Charlie Cooper right here in the studio. And anyway, how you doing down there, Aron?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm just sitting here being all relaxed and,
being Elvis.
The show.
You're being another Elvis down there. But tell us about your trip. Charles had some stuff I think he wanted to ask you, about your trip to Memphis and this and that, when you're going to be there, and all that stuff. And I know you got all the answers.
Yeah, I'll call you Elvis because you sound and look just like him. And so if you don't mind, I'll call you Elvis because we love Elvis. All the things he did for Memphis.
I'd rather have you call me Aron.
Okay, we'll call you Aron then, all right. That was his name too, And, So tell us out there, everyone out there, time that you're going to be over in Memphis and what you're going to be doing there so people can make plans to come out and see you.
Well, I'm going to do a couple of shows at the King of the World, where the King of the World is being held. I don't know the name of the hotel, but the information is on Facebook. You can find it there. But I'm going to do a couple of shows there, and be at Elvis Presley Boulevard, meet my fans, and probably do a couple of shows there too, and have a good time.
Is that going to be on around the 16th or the 15th or 14th, somewhere in that, when you do this?
Yeah, I will set foot on Memphis Memphis grounds at the 9th of August.
Okay.
And I'm staying until the 20th.
So, all the fans out there that wants to see this great entertainer, that you need to show up down there, and I'm sure you're going to love his music, and get to meet him, shake his hand, get an autograph, and you'll be glad that you did.
Yeah, they'll think that they've seen Elvis once.
Yeah, they'll say, well, Elvis faked his death. He's done come back alive again.
And another thing, too, down there, Aron, this lawyer is wanting to carry you all the way through Memphis over in a pink Cadillac.
Yeah.
But like I told you a while ago, you're on your own on that, because if y'all get mugged over there, it's not my fault, But it's a good thing what you're doing though, is carrying on the Elvis tradition though, and going over there and supporting Elvis, because Elvis was just an old country boy. Elvis was. I think he was driving a truck, and they told him up Nashville at the Grand Ole Opry, he better go back and keep driving the truck,
Can you believe that?
Yeah, and the king of rock and roll, but these things happen to people all the time, and what somebody might not like, somebody else is going to love it, The women all loved Elvis. I didn't know a woman that didn't love Elvis, Elvis was more like a symbol to them, and he was something else. And everybody loved his songs. When he went out on stage, he was Elvis,
he was the king.
But now, tell, what time are you going to be there? Are you going to be there August or what?
I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna set foot on the airport of Memphis from the 9th, and I'm gonna leave at the 20th.
On the 20th. Mm-hmm. Well, when you get in that Cadillac, I was gonna ride with you, but I changed my mind.
I might handcuff you to the door, because I might need you to protect me. So.
Yeah. Well, if you handcuff yourself to me, then you're in trouble.
Well, we had the National Guard around you to protect you, right?
That'd be nice.
Well, we have all kinds of TV cameras down there watching you.
And
really?
If people wanted to to get, I mean, like, you don't want to talk to you over that day, you can sit down and talk to them, sign autographs, whatever, then, you know, whatever they want. Maybe buy a CD off of you. You know, even if people want to buy a CD off of you on Facebook, they can contact you now, and you can send them, you know, some songs. And while we're talking about songs, I wanna play this song. This is a song that the judge had, and me and him worked on it. And this is a song that is talking about Memphis, ain't it? Memphis, I think it's Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah.
And Aron done it for us, and it's a super song. You know, and this, are you gonna be doing this song at the Elvis Day over there?
Well, I'm thinking about doing a whole bunch of songs. I got a couple of shows that, you know, but when I'm going to do that song, I might be doing that at the 10th at the Elvis Presley Boulevard.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if good Lord's willing, the creek don't rise, me and Charles may be over there filming you.
Yeah, we'll be filming you, and it's giving us time to get things set up for you over there.
And we'll be glad to film you. And right here's a song called Memphis that Aron's doing, and it's a brand new song, you know, and a lot of people wants to hear Elvis doing all kinds of songs, you know. In the people's minds, Elvis will never die. You know?
No, he never will.
He never will die. He's an old legend. He's a legend in his time. And this is a song right here called Memphis.
You got it on a different track here.
I've been traveling around in circles ever since the Lord knows when. There's not much I haven't seen, or places I haven't been. But lately I've been getting the lonesome feeling way down deep inside of me. And I wonder what's happening in Memphis, Tennessee. I wonder what's new in Memphis. It's been on my mind all day. These lonely roads lead nowhere, like my dreams of yesterday. Sleeping under this bridge and nearly freezing to death. This ain't no life for me. Sure, I wish I was back with my friends in Memphis, Tennessee. It's just an hour ahead west of Music City, USA. My songs to Nashville, but I make it big someday. But they wouldn't listen, and it tore the very heart right out of me. I couldn't face my friends with failing in Memphis, Tennessee. I wonder what's new in Memphis. It's been on my mind all day. These lonely roads lead nowhere, like my dreams of yesterday. Sleeping under the bridge and nearly freezing to death just ain't no life for me. Sure wish I was back with my friends in Memphis, Memphis, Tennessee.
Welcome back, Elvis.
Yeah, we're back. And that was a song called Memphis, Tennessee by Aron. And Aron, you'll be singing a bunch of Elvis songs, won't you?
Oh yeah, I got a couple of shows ready on my computer, which I'm going to bring, and a couple of tracks, you know. And, yeah, I'm going to do a lot of songs of Elvis. Yeah. Mostly songs of the early '70s. You know.
Yeah, right, and you can do that shaking and all that stuff.
I'm gonna try it.
If you go to shaking in that Cadillac, you may have to really be shaking, trying to get away from all them women. But
well, we'll see about that.
Well, I don't know. I'd probably be shaking if I rode with y'all, because I'd be shaking, wondering if we was gonna get back or not. But you know, the thing about it though, what inspired you to want to? I mean, you had to have a dream, right? You had to love Elvis. You had to do all. I mean, you had to have love for Elvis in your heart to want to do these things, right?
Correct.
Yeah, and I know you loved Elvis with all your heart, and Elvis was one of the greatest entertainers there's ever been. You know, he was as big as Hank Williams. He was he was just that big. You know, he was the king of rock and roll. He was the king during the era that he come out, and a lot of people don't realize this, but Elvis was just an old country boy. He went and served his time in the army. He loved, I guess, America. I mean, he loved everybody. I mean, he's about like, you know, he's about like you are, Aaron. And I've noticed that about you, how, you know, you love everybody. You try to work with everybody, you know, and your fans means a whole lot too. You know, they're the one that make you and break you. And Elvis, he was always real good, you know, talking to his fans and doing something for different people, you know.
He was a giver.
He was a giver, and
he sure was.
Yeah.
And you might talk to that guy that's got that pink Cadillac. He might give it to you.
You got a heavy load. You got a heavy load to carry now, because you're walking in his footsteps.
Yeah. I mean, and
everybody's going to look up to you.
Yeah, and you know it's a good thing. We've got about another 15 minutes to go, but I know I'm gonna be searching for another song here in a minute, and I want to find one on Aaron and something that Elvis done, and you know, when I listen to you, Aaron, then it brings back memories when I was running up and down the road, you know, and Elvis was singing, you know, Poke Salad Annie and all that stuff, you know. And I remember all that when I was growing up as a kid, you know. And he was the king of rock and roll. Anything you want to tell the people today, you know, tell them to come out and see you or something over in Memphis, because a lot of these people that I've got on Facebook is from Nashville and everywhere else, you know. They'll come out and see, you know. Tell them to come on out.
Well, I'm just, you know, hoping and that I'm able to give the people a great show, and the people that want to see me, you know, I hope that they enjoy my show, and after the show, I'll talk to them, and you know, if they want to shake my hand, whatever, you know, I'll be there for them, and if they want to take pictures, and I will be there, to, you know, for them and take pictures with them, and I just want to give them a good time. You know, I just really appreciate them being there for me, listening to me, watching my show, listening to me sing, and all I want to do is, you know, give them a great show.
Right, give them a good show, and you know, and they're not gonna never forget you. You know, if you give them a good show, they're gonna be there, you know, watching for you and waiting for you to come back. You know, and anyway, I had some more songs right here. I know I've got you, and anyway, we've got a few more minutes here on television. I mean radio left. I'm still on TV, I reckon. But anyway, I was going to find some. And Charles, you got any more? You got something else you want to ask him?
Are you at the present time? Are you getting some TV time up there in your country?
Well, to be honest with you, sir, my country is not really that into Elvis and not really into the country music. But we're getting shows. We're doing a couple of shows here this month. I have, if I'm not mistaken, 2 shows this month, and I have 3 shows coming up next month with my band here. And so, yeah, we're getting some exposure. And
that's great. I'm going to say that we can get you down there in Mississippi on TV there for an hour's time if you want to. And I know that everybody in that area would love to see you. And it won't cost you anything. We'll take care of that for you.
No, that'd be nice, sir. I appreciate that much.
Well, and that way you can take your film back, and expose yourself there. And if your fans want to buy your CD, you might be fine.
We may have to tell them, Aaron, that you just left the building whenever you leave.
Yeah.
Like it did Elvis, you know what I'm saying?
Well, it's really
Elvis
great talking
left
with
the
you.
building,
It really is.
That's what I used to watch him on television, and they'd say Elvis has now left the building.
Yeah, Elvis has just left the building.
And
you get all nervous like he did when you when on stage before you get going.
Oh yeah,
Do you?
it's just I'm behind the curtains. I look at my band from the side, and they play CC Rider,
right.
And I have to wait my turn until they start rocking the house, and then I have to walk on the stage. And as long as I don't look to the left, I'm not tense. But when I do.
Well, what we can do is blindfold you where you won't get nervous in. We can blindfold you and you won't get nervous. You won't have to worry about seeing all them people out there ready to grab you. And we got a song coming up here. This one called "Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain." Something you done, and I really love this song. I mean, it's and I had never really ever heard Elvis do it, and it stunned me whenever I heard it for the first time. I said, well, I didn't ever hear Elvis do this song much. It goes something like this. There's a little bit of "Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain."
In the twilight, oh, I see her, blue eyes crying in the rain. When we kissed goodbye and parted, I knew we'd never meet again.
sounds fantastic.
And Aaron, I was going to get you to tell them what the name of this Elvis Day is. It just called Elvis Day over in Memphis?
It's Elvis Week.
Elvis Week, okay. And you will be there all week long, right?
Yeah, I won't be there from the 9th till the 20th.
Yeah, the 9th till the 20th. But you will be there during that period of time, though. And, if they want to come out and see, they can. And another thing, too, it'd be a good thing, if you want to see somebody that looks like Elvis and sings like Elvis, then go out and see Aaron. And he is, I mean, it'd blow your mind. When I heard you first start talking, Aaron, then I thought I was talking to Elvis,
I thought, well, maybe it was his son.
Yeah, and I know you wouldn't be his granddaddy, but you might be his son, But, it's so strange that you talk just like him.
Yeah.
And sound like him. And
look like it.
Yeah, look like it. From a distance, looking at you,
you've been blessed. You have been
Elvis,
blessed.
That's why it's going to be dangerous for you to get in that pink Cadillac.
Now, don't scare him now.
Yeah.
Don't scare him now.
You better hope that day it's not raining, because if you got the top down, then y'all may start out just you and him. You may have a whole carload when you come back. But
when it's raining, it will be loaded with water.
It'll be rolling with water. Yeah, you don't want to leave the top down. But the Cadillac he's got though is real. It's beautiful. I mean, he's got one in mint condition, and he takes pride in that thing. He wipes it off and cleans it all the time. But anyway, getting back to Memphis, so you'll be flying in, and you'll be there during the 9th and the 20th, and so anyway, if they want to come out and see, let them come out and see, and he'll be signing autographs and all that stuff, and you'll have CDs and everything for sale too, won't you?
Yeah, they're taking care of that as we speak, sir.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's good. But anyway, when I was born, you know what they called me? Because I had a lot of long hair and I was black-headed, and they called me Elvis. But I found out I wasn't no Elvis, so when I seen the real Elvis, and I said, forget that, There ain't no way I could ever be like him, And Elvis was really one of a kind, And he come along in his day, and that's why it's so important for you to come and follow right up, and keep carrying on the tradition. You know what I mean? Carrying on the tradition, and I think it's a great thing, And I believe a lot of good things is in store for you. Things is fixing to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And
we'll do our part to make it happen.
Yeah, we'll do everything we can, and people love Elvis over here, and they, of course, like you was talking a while ago, a lot of people over there is not all that big on Elvis, where the United States is what made him, the United States, Elvis is what created what he done. He created all these things. And he knew what he was doing.
He sure did. And, like guys like me are blessed, because of if it wasn't for him, we could have never done all this great music that he did back then.
Right.
It's just an honor for us to bring back the memory, and I think I speak for all the Elvis tribute artists when I say that when you put on a jumpsuit and you go on stage, and I think you feel the vibe. You know, the vibe is really coming through.
Right,
it's getting right to you, and it's a great feeling.
If I put on a jumpsuit, I'd have to jump plumb off the stage because somebody would knock me off there. But I'd be in trouble. But you know, the thing about it, though, Aaron, is it's more like a privilege to get to talk to somebody like you and sit down where you don't.
It makes us feel like we were right with you.
Yeah, and
you know, because we was always close to Elvis.
Yeah,
like I said, I worked with his cousins and stuff. I got to ride with him one time. After I was fortunate to get to do that.
You know, one time we was going to go play over in Memphis over there. We broke down right in front of Graceland.
Yeah.
And we was in an old pickup truck, you know, going to go play, and this guy's drive shaft fell plumb out on the ground, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I put it back in there, and he drove that thing forever, and we never bought a part or nothing for that thing. And I don't. He said, "Whatever you done," he said, "it worked." And I said, "I didn't do nothing." I said,
"I call that magic hands."
Yeah, magic hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he drove that thing until it finally just fell all to pieces. But that's the memories I got of Memphis, you see, and the memories that I got of Elvis. And I went over and seen his gravesite and all that stuff over at the mansion and over at Graceland and all this stuff, but it fascinated me, you know, that he had all these things, but you know, sometimes Elvis still wasn't happy, you know.
I know.
There was still times in his life he was not happy, and he wasn't happy because he wanted a life like everybody else. He missed that life, you know, with his mom and daddy and growing up, you know, and having friends and people like that, But you know, when you get into all that fame and fortune, you get carried away sometimes, you know, and you get sort of steered away from just a regular normal life, you know.
Well, see, he wanted to live in Memphis.
Yeah.
So, but see, Arnold, he's lucky he could leave town.
Yeah. Well, he could have lived anywhere he wanted to.
You know.
Yeah. But he picked Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah.
He wanted to be in Memphis.
Yeah.
That's where Sun Records was, you know. Sun Records was there in Memphis, and Sam Phillips heard him that day, and Sam knew, beyond a shadow of a doubt, you know, that the rock and roll era was just picking up. And here was a young boy, you know, that had his own song like Elvis. He was doing stuff, you know, and the shaking and doing this and that. And it's something different, you know. They created Elvis, you see. Elvis was created right there. And
we had a great manager too.
And Parker, he knew exactly what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, listen, we're gonna get off of here, but we want to say God bless everybody out there on Facebook, Twitter, wherever you're at, and hope that you like the program. And Aaron, you want to say anything to them before you go off?
Well, I want to thank everyone, you know, liking my stuff on Facebook and, you know, being there for me as fans. And I might not have all the time in the world to respond to everybody on Facebook, but I really do appreciate everything you folks do, and I hope I can make you happy by singing my songs and doing my shows. And I hope to meet each and every one of you in Memphis someday. It'd be nice, and you know, shake your hand. And well, thank you very much for all your support. I really appreciate it.
I thank y'all.